Hello, and welcome to Art with Miss Michelle. Today we're going to make a birch forest picture with a cardinal. So for this project, you will need some blue paper or some other color for your forest background, a half sheet of white paper, a rectangle of red paper, and a little bit of yellow for the beak. And then I'm going to need some scissors, a glue stick, and a black drawing utensil, so crayon colored pencil or pastel, and then a white something to draw with. I have chalk. You can use crayon or colored pencil, whatever you'd like. And then I just have some newspaper to cover my workspace with. So my blue paper is going to be the background, and I'm going to use this white piece to make my birch trees. So I want to make sure I have my white piece going long ways across here. So these, when I cut these out, my trees will go from top to bottom of my blue paper. So I'm just going to hold this against my blue paper to make sure it's going the right way. And then I'll cut out my trees. So I'm just going to cut some strips out of my white. And they don't have to be straight, they don't have to be the same size. I can make them a little bit curvy if I want. These are going to be my trunks. So if I cut them thinner, I'll have more trunks. If I cut them thicker, I'll have less trunks. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And then I'm going to use my white to make some snow on the ground. This step is optional. If you don't want your forest to be snowy, you don't have to do this, but it's kind of fun to make a nice wintry picture. And then I can either make my snowflakes now, or if I want to wait until after I glue the trees on. That way some of them won't get covered up. Okay, so I have some nice wintry looking snowflakes and snow on the ground. And then before I glue my trees on, I want to make some black stripes on them with my black drawing utensil. So birch trees are these beautiful white trees, and their bark feels like paper, and it has such a wonderful texture to it. And what really makes them stand out is their white bark with these black or kind of gray black stripes. You could make like little designs, but it can be kind of random. And I could have done this step first, but I want them to be different, so I cut them up first because I want each tree to have its own unique stripes. If I do the stripes first, then every tree will have the same exact stripes, and I think it's more fun this way because no two trees are the same, and that's going to be the case in my birch forest here. So some of my stripes can just come from the side and go part of the way across. Some can go all the way across. Just give it some variation here. Some can be closer together, some can be further apart, but this will definitely, people will know these are birch trees when they see it like this. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue these on. And some I'm gonna make touching the bottom and top of my paper, so they're going all the way across the page. And then some of them, if I want to make it look like some of my trees are a little bit closer and some are a little bit further away, I can make them not quite touching the bottom. So this, when this is a little bit off the bottom, it's going to give it the illusion that it's a little bit further away. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of space in between each tree. And it looks like I've covered up most of my snowflakes, so I can add a couple more. It might be a good idea to do this step after you glue your trees on. I thought I had enough, but that's okay. They're easy enough to redo. And then if I want to, I can cut the tops off. It's kind of cool if you leave them on, so it's up to you if you want to do this step or not, or leave them hanging off the edge. Okay, so I now have a nice peaceful looking birch forest, and I'm ready to make my cardinal. So a cardinal is a really bright red bird that will stand out in the snow and the white trees. So I'm going to start with my red rectangle, and I'm going to hold it long ways up and down, and I'm going to cut it in half. And it doesn't have to be exact, I can just kind of eyeball it. And then I'm going to take this rectangle and I'm going to cut off 2 of the corners. And that is going to make my bird's body. And cardinals, they have kind of no neck. Their head and body just kind of goes all together as one. So I can just make this the body and head. And then cardinals are really known for having red feathers that stick up on top of their head. So I can just make a red triangle for those feathers. And then I'm going to make kind of a long, skinny triangle for the tail. And then I can glue those all together. And then I can use my yellow piece to cut out a beak for my cardinal. And then I'll use my black crayon or a colored pencil to draw an eye. And you can either leave it like this, I think it looks really cute like this, or if you want to add some wings, you can. Okay, so that's it. I have a nice wintry picture with a cardinal flying through. So I hope you like this project. Thanks for watching my video, and happy cardinal making.